Okay, hello ETKC members. Hopefully this video will work and not screw up like the others have. So today I'm going to be showing you how to edit your play card to make it look like the clan one. That one there. That one there is my one. As you can see, it's a ninja with the ETKC letters. Basically what I'm going to be showing you is how to do the letters mostly, because the bottom part you can do what you want. So that's my one. Let's get rid of that. And first of all, you want to start with a black square, which can be found on page 4. And basically you want to enlarge it so it goes past the borders. That yellow square on your play card being the border. And you want to change it to black. Okay, so the next thing you want to start with is your E. You can put it on any layer because it can be edited later, but layer 6 is the one it'll end up on. So you go back to page 1 and there is an E there for us, which is cool. So we go back, and how I like to position my E is it's personal preference really, but what I believe looks best is you place it in the top corner so it's like edges are against the borders or past them, it doesn't really matter. And you want it to be about 1/3 of the length of the play card. And so that's my position for my E. The next thing is, just to make things easier, you want to go back to the square and choose a square that's going to be different to your letters. So change it to green, I guess, unless your letters are going to be green obviously, and you use that just to make, so when you position your other letters you get them all level and it looks nicer. So the next thing you want to do is you want to put in your C. The reason you put in your C next is because the C is obviously at the other end, and so you get an idea of how much room you're going to have in the middle. So you go back to page 1 and there's a nice C there for us, which is convenient because that would have been a hard letter to make. And you obviously make it as tall as your E. And then once it's as tall as your E, you then want to go and place it right up against the right border. So, good enough. I'm not going to actually be saving this one, so I'm sort of rushing it, plus I don't want this video to be too long. The next thing you're going to work on is your K. So you want to go to page... it's coming up. Page 19, and you want to use rectangle thin. And so this is for your T. So that's just a guess, really, of where my T is going to end up, maybe about there. Once again, keeping it level, I press A. The next thing you want to use is you don't want to use rectangle thin again, because basically to get it the same thickness, I'll just show you because I don't want people asking me, oh, what does it look like, or I don't know, I'll just show you. To get the same thickness, end up with this, just really long looking T, and there's not really enough room for it, so it's just stupid. So what you want to do is you want to go over to the ranks and you want to use lieutenant. Now you'll end up with the lieutenant and you get it to a good length, and you'll find that I like this length, but you'll find that it's thicker than your T, which looks retarded next to the thin E. So what you do is you just move it up so it's out of the border until you get the thickness that you desire. And you fiddle around with it a bit, see what you like. You'll find something you like. As I said, I'm just rushing this. So that's your T. Next thing you're going to work on is your K, and once again you go back to rectangle thin for your K, I guess, base, I don't know what you want to call it, and you put it about there. I think I've made my letters a bit too spaced, or a bit too large, but as I said, I'm not saving this. This is just to show you how it's done. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to, I guess, a clear layer. So I guess you can clear this square now, and then put it there, and you go back to the ranks and use private, and you spin private, and you just fiddle around with it until you find something you like. That's good enough, because as I said, I'm not going to save it, and it turns out I did my letters pretty good. Pretty spaced, pretty nice. The K could be fiddled around with a bit more probably, but that's fine. The next thing you want to do is you want to go to page... Hang on, let me get there. Okay, page 7, and you want to grab the Chinese dragon. This part is really personal preference. You can use tiger, you can use whatever you want. And basically you just fiddle around with it, and so it makes this cool effect on the letters. I'm not going to fiddle around with it too much because I'm not saving this, so we'll do, I don't know, that. Now what you want to do with the neck, again, is you want to use 2 Chinese dragons. This is actually personal preference. You can use tiger, you can use really anything you want. You could even use one layer, if you want another layer for your personal picture down the bottom, like my ninja. But that said, if you only use one Chinese dragon or one target, it won't look as good. Everyone that I've seen that has used one instead of two hasn't looked as good. But you know, you may want that extra layer just because you want something a little extra on your picture. But anyway, that's my letters. I'd probably redo them if I was trying to, you know, use this play card because, you know, my K looks really covered up. But anyway, now you've got these 3 layers, and pretty much you get to put whatever you want. You could I don't know, I put a ninja because my name's Ninja Mark, that's what I like. But, you know, you've got 3 or 4 if you only used one Chinese dragon or tiger or whatever you used. But I'll show you how I did mine, just, I don't know, in case you want to know. So, here's my ninja. I get him, I flip him around because I'll tell you why in a little bit. Anyway, I make him a decent size. There we are. And I want him to have a sword, so I go to my sword, just on layer page 7, and I just give him a sword. As you can see, it's in front of him, so I just drop it below him. You know, as you can see the sword. So what I do with my last layer is I just go to page 4 and use the square, change it black, because you know you don't want a random coloured square. Change it black, drop it behind the ninja but in front of the sword, and I just cover up what I don't want showing. And you know, yeah, there we are. And so that's really how to do the play card. It's pretty simple. As I said, you can have one Chinese dragon if you want. Have another thing in case you want to have a ninja with 2 swords, but really, obviously, you're probably not going to do a ninja. And that's pretty much it. One other thing, we use a specific background. I know this is weird, but on page 4 of the backgrounds we use shattered. The reason is, if you can see in the top corner right here, the background blends in with the play card, and because all the play cards have black backgrounds, they all blend in, and it just looks really nice. And my play card in itself looks better than most, but when there's 6 of us together, it just looks really, really awesome. Do not save, and once again, that's mine normally. And just to give you a bit of an idea of what the personal pictures can look like, here's just a few others, like here's Bee's Knees, here's Bryce Eye, here's Gavin. It's pretty cool, I helped design that one. Oh yeah, once again, I'll just finish saying them. There's Hybrid, there's Fantasy, Old Greg. He doesn't play much because he hasn't got an Xbox ATM, but that's his, and that's Sparrow. If you're having trouble thinking of a picture down the bottom, just ask us. We like to help design them. My camera's gone a bit wonky, but you guys can deal with it. That's right, I told you why I'd flip the ninja. I basically flipped the ninja just for that, what I pointed to that before, that black circle in the background. When the ninja was on the other side, it didn't work out too well. Anyway, I guess that's basically it. If you have any questions, feel free to mail me or contact me in game, but that's pretty much all of it. And I think it was a little rushed, but I wanted to try and make the video as short as I can. But that's basically the gist of it, and thanks for watching, and I look forward to playing with you guys.